Hello and welcome back to Core Farm. Right, we're just arriving at the shop. As you can see, we did have a bit of a queue of cars behind, that's alright. We are going to head straight to the far side here to get our Marshall slurry tanker sold. Now, as I said at the very end of the last episode, we are going to... didn't really need to do that, but there we have it. We're going to sell this because we have a new tanker that we're going to buy. So let's get it repaired. Let's go on then, get it repainted, and we will sell it for 12,227, which is alright. Now, I have been waiting. The reason that I haven't bought another slurry tanker to replace that one just yet is because I was waiting for one in particular. Now, someone might have guessed, oh, I know which one, I know. Well, let's see if you were correct. So, I've been waiting for this one for a while, and it is finally arrived. It is the ABBEY 3000, and it is somewhere. There we are. Brilliant. Very excited about this. 4D modding never disappoints when they release a mod. This is out, I believe, as of yesterday. It is officially on the ABBEY website as well now. There is a dribble bar attachment. Unfortunately, the only reason I'm not going to use it is because it's less wide than the splash plate. So yeah, 7.5 meters versus I believe 10. So really, the difference between the Marshall here and that is not very much. It does hold not quite double, and so the Marshall actually spreads further and goes quicker. But I was waiting for this one, and I'm very excited to use it, regardless of whether it's better or not. It is right on the cusp, though, of being a bit too big for us. I think we can get away with it. Let's just have a very quick look at our tractors anyways and see. Right, so 160, and then of course we have this one on, at least it was 145, so we really are just pushing it. But I'm going to try it. We're going to try our luck with it, see how it works. As I've said, we might upgrade another tractor in the future. You never know. We have so many things to look at here as well. So the BKT's perfect, wheels are fine, hanger options. Oh, go on. Let's have a look then. I think we've had ours on the left-hand side, which makes sense considering where we collect slurry from. So let's see, we'll put, yeah, go on then, we'll put a hose on, at least the one. We can do both sides, but we'll just do that for now, that's fine. The reg is alright there. Dealer info, no, that's alright. Where is that? Oh, it just puts a little decal there, that's fine. Fill point, we'll just leave that off for now. Let's see, oh, I see. It's the old design. Oh, that's what we have now is the old design. I kind of like that new one, to be honest. Speed decal. Oh, right, okay. Actually, I quite like the old design, to be honest. We'll put the freest design. I do quite like that. It looks quite nice. We'll keep that on for now. Pressure gauge decal. Something here, perhaps? Oh, no. On the top, maybe. Nope. I'm not seeing it, so standard it is. Let's put some flippity flaps on the back, because we are going to be spreading, well, liquid muck around, and yeah, probably should do that. What? Vacuum pump options. Oh, we'll just keep that standard as well. I haven't looked into all the details about this, and it's the first time using it, so I think we'll just keep most of this the same. Yes, splash plate, so it can... Oh, you can do it as a water tanker as well, that's cool. We do have splash plate, and then that Mastech dribble bar configuration, but we'll keep the splash plate on. We will keep the body colour original, that as well. Hanger colours can be whatever they are, that's fine. Yeah, we'll just keep everything the same. Hoses as well. Well, we can tinker with them, but nah, let's go with maybe the blue. Actually, the blue looks quite nice with the orange there, so we'll keep that. Rim colour is fine. Let's just... let's do that. There we are. Okay. Happy days. We're ready. Look at that. Beautiful ABBEY 3000 with the splash plate. Total is 23,450. So we did get 700 in option. Why is the rim colour more expensive? I haven't changed anything. I mean, if we are paying... That's slightly different orange, isn't it? Slightly. Yeah, that's right. We'll go with the grey colour. That's fine. What other expense? Mud flaps? Yeah, it's fine. And that's fine as well. Bit of extra detail. Beautiful. We'll buy it outright. Yeah, we will. We will. Now, I'm a bit concerned that the Renault here is going to struggle. But I have found that it seems to be a bit more powerful than not. There was a comment, and I do apologise now. I can't remember exactly who it was that commented it, saying that there was something about this mod that was off. The Renault that was off. Something about the horsepower, how it's apparently more or less. I can't remember exactly what they said. But I've found that it seems more powerful than it claims to be. 145 horsepower versus whatever else it might actually be. So I don't know. I'm quite pleased with it, to be honest. And we'll try it first with the Renault. We'll try this, but if not, we can switch over to the Massey. Not a problem. But we have to get to the farm first, so we'll do that, and we'll see you there. Alright, here we are at the farm. We'll line up next to our slurry pit, which desperately needs to be emptied. Well, not as desperate as it once was, but still, yes, indeed. There we go, getting pumped in. Fantastic. Now, normally I'd fill it from the other way. That's why I put the hose on this side. But I'm also noticing that it doesn't quite go all the way. I feel like it's meant to go forward about, I don't know, a little bit of, I don't know how many centimeters forward, but a few. Anyways, we have 13, that's a bit of an odd number, 13,638 litres. We are going to deliver this to the BGA. Oh my goodness, that is a bit problematic. I think the Massey will be the one for it. That really did. Yeah, if you turn a bit too much, it's quite heavy. So anyways, let's get this here. Right, let's have a look. So that's going to unload. Let's have a look at the... No, not here. Right, silage we did sell. Oh, blimey, milk. October. What? It's at an incredible price right now. We are definitely going to sell it. It doesn't matter when the max month is. It is fantastic now. Tall Trees Store Bay 1. Tall Tree Stores Bay 1. And that's absolutely fine, because we do have our big lorry. So even if we get... I can't remember the full capacity of it. That's fine, though. Right, I was going to check the slurry. Oh, blimey. We should probably load out as much slurry as we can. As much as we can fit into the production before we... nope. Here we are. Yeah, we'll try and get as much in as we can and then start unloading the digester, unless it's full. Not even close. Okay, so first thing we'll do, we'll bring this over back towards the slurry pit, and we can get it filled up once more, ready to be transported back here to the BGA. Oh, blimey. Gotta be careful about that. But yes, we'll head there, we'll get it loaded, we'll sort out which tractor is going to do the tractoring for the tanker, but it's going to be the Massey. It's got to be. It just has the extra power, I reckon. Or maybe just a weight on the front. That might be a better option. I'd much prefer that, because I do like this tractor on here. It looks brilliant. Imagine if it was the standard colour. Oh, it'd be so much orange, which not a bad thing, just a lot of orange. But we do have our lorry in the orange as well, so we'll shut the engine off on that. Turn the lights off as well. Find our MAN lorry. Close enough. Alright, we've got to get it swapped over. So for now, I am just going to put the flatbed bit right up here against the house. Not a problem. Would be nice to have a bit of a store... Oh, right, we've got to lower it down as well. There we go. Would be nice to have a storage area specific for all of our MAN implements, essentially. MAN implements. Do you call it MAN or MAN? I mean, when you're referring to it as the lorry, obviously you can't really get confused. Oh, it's a man truck, not a woman truck. No, you silly bugger. Right, you know what I mean? It just seems a bit silly, that. I call it MAN or MAN, because it doesn't matter, because it's the same. Same thing in the end. Brilliant, we'll get our... We don't need all those lights on, that should do. Ah, brilliant. 2 trips, that's it. Absolutely fantastic. So now that we've got this full of milk, I'm just going to confirm very quickly as well. Milk. Right, so the best place is 2371. Yep, that's the one. Pretty standard trip there. Straight down the main road and off the road a bit. So we'll make our way there. I will see you in a moment. Alright, the beacon is lit and we are approaching it just now. Slow it on down and there we are. We do have to lower it down and then we should be able to sell our milk. Right, because we had this issue before. If I remember correctly, we did have this issue before. And I can't remember what I did to rectify it. But let's try a few things. This is the correct spot. Oh yes, I do remember having the issue. I don't remember what I did to rectify it though. Let me try something and then we'll get the milk sold. Finally able to sell it. I honestly, that was probably about 5 minutes of faff just to find this particular location. Like, look, I don't understand what this is any different from where I was before, but nevertheless we are finally selling the milk. What a faff. I don't know if it's because the height of the lorry or something, it's not high enough. Absolute mess. As you can see, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm not going to touch anything else until it's done, but we are going to head back to the farm once this does sell to collect the rest of the milk, and hopefully it's less of a faff when we do come back to sell the milk. But we will see our grand total from this first load in just a moment. As we can see, the money is skyrocketing to a grand total of, well, nearly 70,000? Not quite, but yeah, about £65,000 from that first go, which is absolutely brilliant. So we'll head back to the farm, and we'll see you back here in a moment to sell the rest of the milk. Alright, here's the moment of truth to see if this works. First time. Fantastic. Okay, so I think I need to remember this for next time. I need the third axle I need lowered down, so it has to be all 3 axles have to be on the ground, and the lower has to be lifted up, and just drive in really slow and wait for the little trigger, because I kept going back and forth, and the unload milk trigger would show up for a half second and disappear again. Quite a faff indeed, but this time was much better. And look at that, we're nearly at £190,000. Might even hit it. Oh, look at that, we have just broke through £190,000. That's unbelievable. We haven't even started selling bread, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have a load of field beans yet to sell, so we are doing all right. Production-wise, I'm not too sure what else we could do. We have the mill, which is great. Oh my! We have the mill, which is fantastic. We also have the bakery now, which is also fantastic. But I don't know if there are any other ones that we should add in. Also, just a quick thing, I might have mentioned this before, but look at that indicator. Is that not brilliant? Is that not amazing? I love that. Right, we'll crack on, head to the farm, and we'll carry on actually with the slurrying, and I would also like to get some digestate spread as well, but we'll have to see what happens. I definitely want to get as much of that slurry emptied before anything though, so we'll crack on with that. Right, we are back to shifting some slurry, and I did steal the weight off the front of the Massey, and what a game changer. Look at that, you can turn without jackknifing, which is brilliant. So we'll get that loaded in. Now, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to do a full-on time-lapse of shifting this this slurry or not, because I would prefer to do a time-lapse of shifting digestate to the fields, but we really should check on what needs shifting where exactly. I think, so this field, yeah, could do with nitrogen. It has absolutely none, so that's possible we'll do that. I think all of them really do. Well, nevertheless, we'll get that and load it in, and let's have another quick check, because I don't want to have to do it if we don't need to, so maybe I'll do at least 1 or 2 more, just quickly off camera, just get it done. That way at least we'll have more slurry in to produce even more digestate. So we'll get a couple trips of slurry shifted, and then we'll move on. Alright, we are getting a bit more slurry dropped off at the BGA to be converted to many things, digestate included, and we will spread, at least today we'll spread on the 3 fields if we can. We should be able to do it in one big time lapse as well. But before we do that, I was looking at these to see what we can afford to pay off. Now I think paying this one off would be the ideal option, so it is 125,000, but we are at 190, so I'm going to go ahead and purchase this outright, and it's done. I will save that 64,000 just in case, because you never know when you might need a bit of extra cash. So this is cool. We have the biogas, or biogas, I suppose. We have it here. We can sell it, not just yet, but we don't have anything to use it with. We also have our electric thing here, but for the first time we are going to pull something out of here, and it's going to be digestate, just like that. So we'll head down to production and see. So it is slowly going out. We've got loads of methane, not biogas, but that's what the thing is called. But yes, it is methane, of course, or methane, depending on how you choose to pronounce it. Also the electric charge, which is something is constantly selling because we don't really need it, but I reckon the methane can store until we're ready to sell. But there we have a full tank of digestate for the first time, and it might actually be my first time spreading digestate in FS22, which is kind of interesting to think about, to be honest. Right, so we will see how this goes. Now, how have I driven? That's very strange. This almost looks like it's been driven in, but I don't think it's been drilled in at all. It's very strange. Is there any more like that? No. Interesting. Well, nevertheless, we can drive into the crop. We do have crop destruction on, but as you can see here at the bottom right of your screen, it does say required tires. All tires and tracks are fine because it's in the second growth stage, which is why I'm going to do all the digestate now that I can. So you first need to set. Okay, so remember I haven't used this tanker yet, so it says you first need to set the tanker to empty mode. Okay, so it's been on fill mode. Toggle slurry. There we go. Fill. Empty, fill and empty. Ah, brilliant. So, oh my. Did you hear that? Of course you would have. That was quite a loud thing. Fill mode, empty. Interesting. I guess it's just to switch the pump, because it has to go from, filling to emptying. Let's start. Oh, brilliant. Look at that. Look at that. Now we'll open up our PDA here just to make sure we are getting as close to that side as possible. But I think we are doing all right. Now, yes, I know it is slower than the Marshall was, and it is the same width, but again, we can just go that much further with it. And I just really wanted to use some ABBEY machinery. Since we're not doing mixing or manure spreading, there wasn't really an opportunity for us to use any ABBEY machinery, but luckily we are now spreading some liquid poop, and I do quite enjoy slurry spreading. It is quite a nice, sort of relaxing sort of job on the farm, if you will. It definitely seems like it's going to take a bit of time. We are running out of daylight once again. I did have a few comments saying that it was a nice change of pace to have the nighttime work and all that. I know it can be a bit difficult to see, so hopefully it's not too difficult to see. what I might do is I might do this field in a time lapse and maybe another one. We'll see how long it takes to get through. What's going on? There we go. It's just figuring out how much slurry to apply, I suppose. We will probably still have to go over all these fields with our fertilizer spreader, but the nice thing is that when we're using an organic fertilizer like manure, digestate slurry, we're just reducing the amount of fertilizer that we have to put on the crop to maximize its nitrogen. So absolutely fine. I know I've had issues with that in the past, but now we are all good. Right, we are going to just get to the top here and do another quick little headland across the top, and then I will crack off into a time lapse, and then eventually I might switch this over to a helper. I will have to maintain the tank and keep it full in that for the helper as well. I don't think I can do this on the third growth stage, but I'm not too certain. I just don't want to take the chance and miss all this digestate that we need to spread. We might even run out before we're done, and if that's the case, well then so be it, I suppose. Because we had about 50,000 litres and now we're at about 6,000 in the tank here, used or remaining. Actually, we might go through it much quicker than I reckon, but it is filling up quite quick. So anyways, I'm rambling. Let's break off into that time lapse. Alright, well there we have pretty much the whole field done. I do have a small bit to get on the far side. I have decided as well that, okay, well the snow is just ceasing now, or trying to, but I still think it is quite dark, and I do apologise if it's been a bit annoying in the dark. The reason, obviously, like I say, is because I want to ensure that we can get digestate spread on all the fields. But as you can see, we are going through it quite quickly, and of course the field next to us on the right will also need some digestate as well. What I'm going to do then is I'm just going to quickly finish up the one side of that field, the far side. I missed a bit, and I will get this set up hopefully to be able to do it in February. Now I'm hoping that since wait, I've just thought, I've just had this thought, since it's February, it won't go on to the next growth stage, because nothing does go on to the next growth stage during the winter time. So we're absolutely fine. We're absolutely fine. I've been spreading digestate with worry for no reason. So we will finish this up at least, and then we can, in fact, move on. Alright, so we are still in January, and what I've decided to do is I will feed the cows a bit. I do have the Ford here, as you can see, all ready to go, so that we can load up a bit of sugar beet for the cows. They are, I was just having a look at them, and they are at just about 11,000 litres of moisture food, but they do need to be at 24,000. So I reckon if I can get 3 or 4 buckets in here, maybe 4 of them, then that should be enough. That should be enough. I did convert the trailer back over as well to the smaller size, the regular grain size, just because for what we'll be using it for in the next little while isn't really necessary to have it so tall. If anything, it's a bit more frustrating to load in if it's too tall. I did try and scoop out some of the stuff on the side, but it just keeps kind of piling out, so we'll have to rectify that in the future as well. It's not a big deal. We can even add in a shovel mod, which might really help as well. Right, so we're just about to fill the trailer, so like I say, 12,000 litres should be enough to bring it to the cows. Another reason I wanted to do this now, instead of moving on to February and then doing a few things, is because then we can start the next episode in the morning, in February morning, which will be perfect, because we still have loads on to do. We still have to shift the muck, which is another thing. Another reason I wanted to do the beets first is because then we can do the muck shifting after that, and we don't have to worry about going back and doing beets after and all that. So yeah, just saving us a bit of a faff there with a washing of everything before shifting beets. So we'll just get one last scoop here. That'll do. Right, let's get this in here. Nearly full, and that'll do though, that'll do. So we'll just leave the JCB here for now, even though we will be using it for muck spreading, muck loading next. Oh, hello moon, lovely that. And we're into the Ford. So 12,000 litres of beets heading to the cows. Oh, come on. There we are. So yes, I did... I don't, as I've said before, I don't always like doing nighttime things, but something about the atmosphere of this map is just really, really amazing, especially at night. And the lighting in the at nighttime here is quite nice as well, so very pleased about that. Do have to get lined up quite close to the trough, though, to unload our sugar beet. Blimey, very close indeed. There we go. Ooh. Loading it in. Fantastic. So we'll get the muck out of here first, probably. It would be nice if we could load it in to a trailer directly, but I don't mind using the JCB for that. It's just we do have a big pile of poop that needs moving as well over at the manure pile just over here. I'll show you what I'm on about. But if you've seen this series before, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this here. Loads and loads and loads of poop. So we'll get that tended to. I'll just park up, actually probably alongside here would be a good idea, because then I should be able to just scoop it directly into the trailer from their pen, just over the wall. Absolutely brilliant. Just like that. Fantastic. Right, so the cows are eating. Just doing a bit of grazing, yeah? A bit of grazing. Oh, right, another thing we have to do. The cows are fine as far as how many there are, but the sheep, I think, are adding up quite quickly. So if we look, yes, so we do have 100, and I've mentioned this before, but we do need to sell the rams, at least these ones. Yes, because we do have younger ones, but it's just not worth it. We are going to be saving on the fees, though, because we do have our transport trailer, so we'll use that for certain. But yeah, we do need to get them sold, because I reckon that they're going to be producing, or the other lambs, the females here, will be producing, or reproducing, very soon, 60%, and the other ones are at 20%. So yeah, it won't be long. This one might be maybe 2 more months, so if we can sell those in February, that would be perfect, and happy days. Well, absolutely brilliant. Not really sure what to sign off with. Here, we'll sign off with a lovely, lovely pile of poop and the moon in the background. It has been a very successful episode in the sense of finances, because we made a load of money selling some milk, and unexpectedly, I have to admit, and we managed to buy outright our man lorry, which is fantastic. Right, well, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, cheeky thumbs up really does help out, and please subscribe. Until the next one, please do take care, and bye for now.